Municipalities are also weighing in on the pending legalization of marijuana, including here in Lloydminster. Mayor Gerald Aalbers says once the city gets a better look at the legislation, work will begin on adjusting bylaws.
There is some work being done at the administrative level, looking at bylaws and things like that around items that might be affected by marijuana legislation. It's a little tough to know exactly what to address until that legislation comes out.
There is no word yet on when the marijuana debate will be in front of City Council. Well, not a lot of provincial funding earmarked for the city of Cold Lake in this year's budget, and that has the municipality looking toward the longer term. The mayor calling 2017 a quiet year.
In terms of provincial money that comes into the municipality, it's pretty much the same as any municipality is going to get in Alberta. We're happy that the MSI money is here. We didn't budget for MSI, so now that the MSI money is coming in, which is a couple $1 million to the city, we'll allocate that to some projects.
While the city didn't see much funding, the region is being seen as the big winner post-budget. An $80 million water line from Cold Lake to surrounding communities has been announced, with construction expected to begin at the end of 2017. To garner grant funding, Mayor Copeland says the city is looking at special projects.
Eventually, we'll have to look at a new school in Cold Lake, both on the Catholic side and on the public side. So we'll be looking at special projects like that. And of course, our favorite one around here is Highway 28. It's a goat trail all the way to Edmonton. There's not one passing lane.
An expansion to Portage College's Cold Lake campus landed on the province's unfunded infrastructure list in 2017. It's been the dream since opening 4 years ago. Now the Olive Tree will soon have a new space to call home, and thanks to the generous donation by the Fred North Foundation, the nonprofit was able to buy the old United Furniture Warehouse building downtown.
Before they had a chance to list it, we contacted them to see if it would be available for us.
Director of the Olive Tree, Becky Shilley, says they've been working for months on the plans and coming up with budgets to move everything to this location.
The free community meals will be here. We're putting in a large commercial kitchen, and the thrift store, the Olive Tree thrift store, will be renting space in here as well.
Shilley adds there are still lots of renos and costs attached to this next phase, so they've launched a capital campaign to help complete the project.
All the little stuff that adds up really quickly. We need to have some high chairs for the children that come at night, or we need chairs for our dining hall. We need 125 chairs.
Shilley says they hope to move in this summer. If you want to help with the fundraising effort, you can contact the Olive Tree or head to their website for more information. Well, we're seeing more and more community members collecting food and donations for the Salvation Army. And now another local business is doing their part to help, but this time your support also gets you something in return. Chantel Germo reports.
Since March, Tyler Krista has been doing a fundraising opportunity with the Sweet Sheet Company. Through the online wave and seeing numerous posts, he decided exactly where his bed sheet funds would go to: the Salvation Army.
I decided to do for the food bank because on Facebook there was a lot of need for donations, so I decided to try.
For every set sold, 20% of the money will go towards the food bank. Krista usually sells the bed sheets online, but he hopes to connect with the customers at the farmers market to share what he's doing.
I think the cool part is that when you donate, you have something to take with you when you donate, so you're not eating your chocolate bar and then you have nothing left, so you have your sheets to take with you.
What we find is sometimes all of the pieces come together to make the big picture. So to have a company like Sweet Sheets take part in that, it just, as each member of our community draws together, we're able to help more and more people.
There are 15 different colors to choose from, and the donation opportunity will run until April 28th.
People get challenged because if this company was able to do all of this, what can we do? So it's very important when we talk about these events in the community.
Chantel Germo, Newcap News.
Trying to find a sense of peace and calm can be a struggle, especially when emotion or anxiety gets in the way. Hypnosis, however, is something that many people have used to bypass those mental hurdles. And in this week's Healthy Living, Josh Ryan looks at how to reduce stress by accessing the subconscious.
Hypnosis is often only seen through the prism of entertainment. However, it's also used quite frequently for treatment through hypnotherapy.
Your subconscious mind becomes open and receptive in an alpha brainwave. And We work through, in the therapy instance, we work through what is causing the problem in your life, emotionally, generally.
Hypnotherapy is used to treat a variety of issues such as weight loss, anxiety, and emotional problems.
The subconscious mind can be stuck in an emotion or in a time, and we don't really grow subconsciously at that moment. So we go back to that time period, figure out what happened and why, and we get the subconscious mind to see it from a different perspective.
Brandy Schwank was skeptical heading into her session, only to be pleasantly surprised at how relaxed she was afterwards.
Once you get past that and you just kind of let yourself go, you can actually work on, different areas of your life, whatever you're looking for.
Once in, she found a new perspective on emotions from her past.
When we were finished, I immediately felt almost like a relief, like some of these feelings weren't my own, and I didn't have to keep feeling them.
And getting to that point begins with the client.
Because all hypnosis is self-hypnosis, the client actually has to allow themselves to become hypnotized. I don't make them do it. I'm more of the guide and the facilitator, and they have to allow themselves to enter into that type of state.
Josh Ryan, Newcap News.
The National Sow Housing Conversion Project is wrapping up soon. In this week's Agriculture Report, Gerald Aalbers chats with a researcher who points to the added benefits of catering to an animal's social needs.
And, it's not all about getting production gains, but obviously if we can provide good welfare and keep good production or improve it, that's an added bonus.
Dr. Yolande Sidon has worked with the Prairie Swine Centre and for the last year has been at the University of Saskatchewan. She was at the Alberta Livestock Care Conference speaking about practical strategies and the new thinking in swine production. The National Sow Housing Conversion Project, which is wrapping up this year, has been offering a network for producers and industry partners to learn from each other as the industry transitions living spaces for swine.
I think in terms of research, we know how much social factors can influence productivity and their immune responses, but really for sows, going to large group sizes is probably only the tip of the iceberg.
The National Sow Housing Conversion Project was developed as North American food retailers are pledging to source their pork supplies exclusively from stall-free systems. As of July 1st, 2014, the new Canadian Code of Practice for the Handling and Management of Pigs mandated all new buildings must accommodate sows in groups during gestation. Dr. Sidon says sow comfort leads to longevity. She points to a 2016 Netherlands study done by Van Dijk, which highlights how effective living enrichment leads to better immune response.
What it does mean is that we know that there is psychosocial effects on the immune system, and we need to start understanding and harnessing that to provide good welfare.
Dr. Sidon says producers need to create a social sow that's able to live quite peacefully in a group, but you need to give her the tools to succeed, which include the correct pen layout to help them be able to move into separate areas as required.
It's more than just turning your sows loose, it's about understanding how to manage them well in the system.
Gerard Lampow, Newcap News.
This is Newcap Sports.
At the season's halfway point, the Lloydminster Red Dogs are 3-0 and well on their way to defending their 2016 Capital District title. With their championship destiny solely in their hands, the only obstacle they face could be themselves. Lance Phillips with more.
For other Capital District teams, the idea of playing the Red Dogs must be daunting. After all, in 3 games this season, Lloydminster's tallied a total of 104 points versus a league-low 34 points against. Helping those statistics was a dominant 41-0 thrashing of Fort McMurray Saturday.
It was just one of those games where everything went perfect, everything went right. We couldn't seem to do anything wrong, and unfortunately for Fort McMurray, they just, maybe it was just their bad day. And so like on any given Sunday, we were executing everything perfect.
We're all excited to be outside, playing more teams, hitting more people. We just want to go out and have fun and win all the games we can and execute to the best of our ability.
Before making the move outside, execution was the coaching staff's biggest issue. The added space has helped the team immensely, allowing it to hit its stride at the season's midpoint. Up next is the Battle River Shock Friday, a team struggling to earn a win and put points on the board.
We gotta prepare like they're the hardest team in the league. Like there's no way you take any team serious or light in this league.
This is a very competitive league, and yes, they are losing, and yes, we're winning, but really that could change at any game or any moment. And I think our biggest enemy might be ourselves if we're not prepared and we don't execute like we talked about. So my biggest fear is we don't take them serious enough.
The Red Dogs remain the last undefeated team in the Capital District League. And with the elimination of playoffs this season, maintaining that position becomes critical over the last 3 weeks. And it's a goal that's easily attainable, considering the team's last loss came in 2015. Lance Phillips, Newcap Sports, Lloydminster.